sip wine.
But it's poppin', everyone.
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
I mean, I'm feeling fucking amazing. You're feeling fucking amazing. We are feeling fucking amazing. I'm speaking for you. I know. I'm sorry.
I do feel amazing. I look amazing. I'm wearing my favorite color.
Mustard.
I'm bright. I'm happy. Even though the weather kind of trash.
I don't think the weather's
What
trash.
happened? It was warm yesterday.
You know, Houston is like a bipolar nigga. Like one day it's okay and one day it's not. It's like hot and cold. Like Katy Perry said, you're hot then you're cold. You're yes then you're no. You're in then you're out. And that's Houston weather. And so for that, I mean, that ain't gonna stop me from fucking being
horrible, but it was like, yes, it was such a nice day.
Yeah.
And then it got wet and cold.
Facts.
Yeah.
I was ready to have my toes out today, but that was just
I still got my toes out.
I don't. I put my Crocs on, y'all, because y'all know I'm really good to ruin a great outfit with some fucking Crocs. So,
all right.
Do we get into story time now?
Yeah, let's hear your story. I've been waiting for you to tell the story.
Okay,
so let's go ahead.
The story time happened so long ago, but I be so apprehensive because I know sometimes people will hear my shit. And I don't want no one to look bad, but at this point, the story has to come out.
But the person don't even know. No one knows who the person is.
Okay. And I'm not drunk enough to say his name.
Yeah.
Okay. So say his name. But anyway.
Oh my God. We're not going to associate say his name to that. It's actually say her name.
I know, but I'm saying, I mean, they know what I'm talking about. It's like, you know, we're not name dropping. Okay.
We don't name drop on this podcast.
There was a guy that I was talking to. I don't know for anyone that does know, but maybe 2-3 years ago, I was actually in an open relationship. And in my open relationship, I was talking to this one guy in particular. And so we had like a nice little fake whirlwind adventure, like of a relationship or whatever of the capacity that we can call it. I don't know, but it was fun. So, and the reason why it ended the first time, and he was just like, you know, I just feel like we're at two different spaces and like, you can't give me what I need you to give me. So he was just pretty much saying that like, we could only go so far because I was in an open relationship and like I'm technically with someone and that's why it would never work. So I was like, okay,
sure.
Cool. That's exactly what I said. I said, sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason.
So fast forward after I get out of that relationship, me and him rekindled things, but it was like very like off and on. It wasn't really anything consistent. And I was like,
so now that you're not in a relationship, it was still an issue.
It was still an issue because he would say like, oh, if you were in an open relationship with him, how could I trust you? And I'm like, sir, but I let you know from jump. I never lied.
But two people have to agree to be in an open relationship.
Exactly. And he very much
knew. If you don't
knew.
agree, then there's no open relationship.
Exactly. And I feel like, and I'm like, he very much knew everything he was getting himself into. Mm-hmm. And he decided to proceed as he thought was okay for him. So fast forward, we rekindled, like it was off and on, nothing too crazy. And then there was one particular night when we went out and we were like on a fake date, such to say. It wasn't like a real date because it was like after our many off and ons and we were just like trying to like, you know, fill the vibes out because I had no intentions on him coming over my house. I had no intentions on going over his house because I was like, I'm not having sex with him because, you know why. Yeah. But, so he came over to my house. We had a great night. We like went to 3 different spots that day. You know, we were feeling the vibes, feeling the fantasy, you know, just recapping on everything that we lived through and all that good stuff. And so everything was cool. We got to my house and this man was belligerent drunk at this point. Mm-hmm. Like he was sober enough to drive to my house, but he was too drunk to even get in the fucking bed.
You know, sometimes like you stay sober enough
to get to your location.
And once you feel comfortable, you just like lose.
And I feel that's what happened to him because he was literally on my fucking apartment floor with full clothes on. And he was like, I'm going to sleep here. I'm going to sleep here. I'm like, you're not fucking going to sleep on the floor. I'm either going to put you on the couch or on my bed. We're not going to do this thing. So me being who I am, I'm like, I'm going to make sure that he's good. So I took off his clothes, took off his shoes, put him in my bed. Went to sleep, no sex, nothing happened, nothing crazy. So a few hours go by, went to sleep, everything was cool. And then I wake up and I'm fucking wet. And
I didn't know it touched you.
Yeah, baby. That's how I woke up. Cause you know when you usually wake up in the morning anyways to like go pee cause you just take the morning pee and then go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I was woken up by his piss. So I wake up in the morning and I'm looking around and then I fucking shake him cause he's still fucking sleeping. And I was like, I was like, excuse me, sir, you peed in my bed. And I said it just like that. Like, I didn't say it angrily. I was just like very like, and
you were nice about it?
I was nice about it. You know why? Because I actually liked him when we were talking. And I am not a cruel individual, you know? So I like shook him and I was like, you peed in my bed. He got up out of the bed so fast. He's looking, he's shaking. He's like, oh my God, he must have been so fucking drunk. And I'm thinking in my head, at least maybe
his
the alcohol.
bodily fluid touched you.
It touched me. I mean, I touched worse bodily fluids of his, so it's okay.
But still, urine is urine.
Urine is urine. So he got up and he was just like, this has never happened before. And the thing is, I feel like when anyone says I ain't never did this before or it's never happened before, it's definitely happened before.
Yeah.
So he over here getting...
He used to pee in the bed till he was 12.
I believe he peed in the bed until he's 30-something years old.
Yeah.
So he's getting up out of the bed. He's moving. He's shaking. He's over here like taking all my sheets off, trying to wash them. He's like, oh my God, Ami, I'm so sorry. I'll buy another mattress. Do you need anything from me? I'm like, you can honestly you can just go. You know, I'm just like, I'm just trying to get him. I'm trying to make sure he's okay. And like, I'm just like, just
go home.
Just go home. And he's over here trying to still like, he's like, you have any spot remover? You have anything? He's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm just like, okay. Just get out. Like, I'm literally like, I'm just like, get the fuck out. And so I called all my friends, tell them the story, and y'all bitches were like, what? He peed in your bed? You were calm about it? I was like, you know, what do I get out of making him feel worse about himself? Because if I peed in a man's bed, like, just imagine when we have on our periods and we happen to leak.
Yeah.
That's so embarrassing for us. So I never like to kick anyone when they're down, but I do want to address this issue once you are at a stable state of mind. Fast forward, didn't send me any money, didn't buy me a new fucking mattress, but 3 days later, he texts me and he's all like, I apologize. And I'm like, yikes.
3 days after it happened.
I said, yikes, this is 3 days ago. He was like, I know. And I have not spoken to him again in my fucking life. And I'm just like...
The audacity to not even send like at least up for the bed sheet.
Exactly. And not even that. It's just like he still follows me on all social media platforms and I unfollowed him. And I just feel like you have some real kahunas. I feel like maybe he follows me because he doesn't want me to tell his secret. But the day that I do share...
He's waiting for you to, when he gonna share, and today's the day,
bitch. But no, I would never name his name because I want you just to walk around with that fucking shame to know that you peed in a fucking bed at your grown-ass age and you didn't even get no pussy out of that.
You peed in a woman's bed.
Just imagine if I fucked him and then the next day he peed in my bed.
That's disgusting.
Like,
that's so embarrassing. You could have not shared that story if that happened. Like,
girl,
no.
I would have felt sick to my stomach.
Like, and not only did he pee in your bed, he didn't even like offer you money. He offered you money, but he didn't even send any money for like the bed sheets. You don't have to replace the mattress. That's
That's very excessive.
But the bed sheets, at least, you could have done that. You could
definitely send some money for that. But you know, it's okay. I'm a grown, independent, strong woman. So
no, we dependent white women in these hoes.
Yes, you're right. We're dependent. I want to be very dependent.
I need that $25 for my bed sheet.
Period. Actually, give me $50 just for the inconvenience.
And for pain and suffering too.
Hello. Period.
Yeah. Well, with that case, the girls are back at it again with another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill. We create conversations all while
sipping wine.
I go to Thug motherfucking Sammy,
and I'm ambitious, the Gremlin Terrain.
Oh, I love that song.
We didn't even say none of the words. We could have been superstars.
Remember we were jacking cars.
I ain't never jacked a car before.
No, it's nice. I have. I somebody else's car once when I was a kid. You didn't sit to your friend's car?
No, I've never tried to.
Funny story. I guess I can give a little story time real quick. So I got, you know, something about me is I'm a hard ride or die friend. So my homegirl at the time wanted to go see if her boyfriend was cheating on her. So
at y'all's young ass age, of course they was cheating. You didn't even have to drive by there to know he was fucking cheating.
So she asked me to take my daddy's car to take it because her boyfriend went to IHOP at the time. So I took my dad's car, picked her up. We lived in the same neighborhood, so it wasn't like a far pickup.
Okay.
And we went to IHOP where her boyfriend worked to see if he was cheating on her. And he was. And she started fighting that nigga in the parking lot. That nigga picked her up and threw her on it was a whole ghetto ass mess. And I had to drive my friend back in silence after she just got beat up by her boyfriend. We couldn't do nothing, girl.
Bitch, we could have been superstars.
Remember, we were jacking cars. So that's my story about how I took my daddy's car. But you know,
it's giving very much ghetto. I hope you're not doing that at your grown ass age.
I got my own car. I gotta steal nobody's car. But if you needed to pull up by your nigga's house, I was a bitch to call.
Yeah, I wasn't the bitch to call.
Okay. Check out our YouTube.
Our
Patreon. our Instagram, our tip and review. When you send that shit and review it.
Our TikToks, our
reels.
What else do we have?
We got merch.
We have merch, and we are in the process of making the website. We have gotten great progress. I'm telling you, y'all. Please hold on with us. Like, just hold it.
We didn't know we had to make a website for our Instagram shop. So we had to go stop making a whole website. Just put us in your prayers and like, send us all the positive vibes, because I feel like if we go one more week without saying that it's dropped, Sammy's probably going to kill me. There's actually not going to be a co-host. There's just going to be Sammy. And she's going to say, the bitch had to go. so we're going to get this shit done this week. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. Because I uploaded the pictures. We probably just need to upload a little bit more pictures. Yeah.
But
just
they look great.
Touches.
I'm going to say finishing touches, but once again, thank you for all the models. Thank you to TJ. Thank you for everyone that is being patient with us, because you know what? Bitches need grace. Because you can't be a bad bitch 24/7. Some days you probably need 2 hours off.
Okay.
And I'll take that.
All right. So let's listen to Would You Rathers.
Okay, we want to go first with your Would You Rather, or you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
Would you rather lick a homeless man's toes or chew a piece of gum that's been sticking under the table for years?
A homeless man's toes.
Okay.
I don't know. Something humane. Maybe clean them up a little bit,
No. This is a dirty ass. This is the homeless niggas we see when we come to record.
I'm gonna lick
homeless
it.
niggas outside.
I feel like I don't want to I mean, they're both equally nasty, but taking your hand, taking it off the bottom, like, you know how dry that fucking that gum
how
be?
hard that bitch is?
So yeah, I would rather just lick it and just be done with it. You know? I mean, I've licked some nasty balls before, so it's all right. Okay. So, would you rather ask your ex or a total stranger for some money?
A stranger?
I would ask my ex.
I'm not asking that nigga for shit. That nigga was evil.
I am crying.
I'm not even asking for no. But I'll ask a stranger for some money. Yeah.
I mean, you do it all the time, so it's not.
I have no problem asking. And the thing is, I don't even be serious. Like, I saw this guy out and I was like, ooh, you got them. He was out with his friends. I was like, is any of them single pay bills?
I know.
I barely know this man.
And he said, you giving up pussy?
Right. I'm just like, but, I want my bills. But he's like, so you want your bills paid, but you don't want to give up no pussy? Yeah. What is wrong with that?
That's not how it works, though.
I know, but I can always try.
You have to give something up.
I've got my bills paid and didn't have to give no pussy before. Did it last? No. But I didn't have to give up no pussy, so I could do it again.
So let's get into some wine packs so we can get into some motherfucking tea time.
Tea time. So while looking this up, I was so fucking confused because it says Toro, and it says Ora, and it says Ro. We don't know if it's Ora or it's Toro. Okay, it's one of the two. We thought it was from Dominican Republic, but apparently it's from Argentina.
I thought it was from Spain.
Yeah, Spain. So we're so confused. All I know about this bottle is it is a 2017, mostly in Spanish, I guess. 14.5% alcohol. The description is in Spanish, y'all. And I know I can speak a little bit of Spanish, but I can't read it in Spanish that well.
Yeah.
So we're just going to drink it.
And I looked at you yesterday and I said, did you do this on purpose? And you were like, no, I just got the bottle. I just grabbed it.
I did. I was at HEB and the lady was selling it. And I was like, okay, let me try it. It was actually pretty good. So I got it. And it was like $10.
And it's a red blend, y'all. Y'all know how much we love red blends. But as of lately, red blends have not been hitting my pussy like they need to.
Last week wasn't good for you, but it was good for me.
I know. So hopefully I can find a rekindled love for red blends. Because if not, next week I'm bringing Merlot or Cabernet. And we about to dry this bitch out. So... cheers.
After that, I'm bringing a white wine because fuck this.
Bitch, you keep saying we're gonna bring a white wine, but we never.
Was an accident.
But we never have the luxury of time to chill that shit. And then by the time we get here, it's gonna be like lukewarm.
I'm gonna go buy extra bottles. So I'm gonna buy 4 bottles. So like for the next.
Oh, you a rich bitch.
Yeah,
I love a rich bitch.
I know.
Cheers to another messy ass episode of Sip and Spell. Ow. I'm never gonna stop, bitch.
This the bitch for me. Why I gotta be a bitch?
I like it.
Yeah.
This is dry.
And it's only $10. And I like it too.
And it's dry. Ooh.
It is. I was at HEB and the lady was
what
like,
nigga am I calling today?
Like, what nigga?
I'm crying. Just kidding. I play all day.
I joke. I kid.
Okay, so let's get into this motherfucking tea time.
Tea time. So Hazel E, do you consider Hazel E black?
I consider her a decent list celebrity that no one even knows anything about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to go really deep into it.
Yeah, okay.
Do I consider her black? I do consider her black. I don't ever want to take away anyone's blackness because of their skin complexion and or how they move.
I don't take away people's blackness because of skin complexion because I come from a family of light-skinned people. So, no. I take away people's blackness when you're not fully black. You know,
I don't feel like you can do that though.
I feel like I don't feel like mixed people have to choose. I feel like when you are half Mexican, half black, half
But you're
Asian,
taking away
half black.
but you're taking away from their blackness when you're saying you don't consider them black because they are mixed.
But you're not black. You're mixed. Just, I mean, you are whatever I'm not. If I was a mixed person, I am just as much white as I am black. I am just as much
No,
Asian.
you're not though. But you're not though.
But I am. I am literally not me.
No, I'm saying you're not though, because usually it's like maybe a percentage, like either 50%, 25%.
Exactly.
Like,
That's half and half. If you have a white mom and a black dad, or a Mexican mom and a black dad, you are half Mexican and half black. And it's okay. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think that makes you, but you're not a fully black person, because I'm not going to choose one. Me personally, if I was mixed, I'm not choosing one culture over the other. I'm embracing my Mexican side as much as I'm embracing my black side. Doesn't mean you don't get discriminated against. Doesn't mean you don't, face adversities or something as black people, but you are not fully black, and that's okay. I don't think mixed people have to choose.
They have to.
Okay.
They absolutely have to. Not because they want to, but society makes them. And even though
society try to make us do a lot of things that we're not doing.
I know, but I'm saying, even though we speak our truth and say, oh my goodness, you don't have to choose. You can love both sides. You're going to get some side of pushback from one of the sides that forces you to choose one side.
Okay.
And I've heard that a lot from a lot of people that are biracial, that they have to forcibly choose a side because one side does not recognize their other side as a part of them.
Yeah.
And love them for everything fully.
I agree. That's true. That happens a lot of times when black kids have white moms. That happens a lot. It's just my friend that you know about. Like, she didn't, for the most of her life, she didn't know she was black because her mom tried to hide that from her. But anyways, so Hazel E was saying that Kim Kardashian copied her with the cautious tape.
But hers was Balenciaga.
Yeah.
And Hazel E was wearing a fucking.
It was ugly.
It was giving 2007 jumpsuit.
It was
like
giving
maybe
ugly.
baby fat. It was giving very much like. This was very $50 photo shoot type feel. It wasn't giving
what I thought it was giving.
Because when Kim Kardashian stepped, that bitch fucking stepped on your fucking neck.
It did. And I'm not even a Kim Kardashian fan. I don't like her that much, but I'm not going to act like she didn't kill that shit. Because she killed that shit.
And I feel like Kim Kardashian kills everything, but we all want to, let's acknowledge the reason why she got her style taste. Kanye. But we're gonna disregard that because we talked about Kanye for the last 3-4 episodes. But that's my uncle.
Month.
I'm gonna say that's my uncle, so we gonna give him as much
publicity. Well, tell your uncle to calm the fuck down.
I feel like with my uncle, the world has failed him. He never failed us. And I'm gonna say that to the end of my breath because I feel like that man is a genius. And I feel like once we recognize what we fucking did to him, we tainted him. We did.
What did I do to him?
Bitch, we are part of the problem.
What did I do to Kanye besides be a fan?
Are you a fan?
I love Kanye's music. I don't like Kanye as a person.
You gotta separate the music from as a person.
I'm not doing that.
And as a person, I feel like it's because he's only able to make the music he makes because of the person he is.
Sure.
Just like any other person. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So yeah, we were saying on the phone, it's like, it is not about who did it first, it's who did it better. And Hazel, we didn't even know you had a photo shoot in caution tape. Like in a caution tape jumpsuit. No one fucking knew.
No one knew you.
We could have went our entire life without knowing this.
Sometimes I forget you exist.
I didn't even know that you yeah, exactly. A person. Like, I forgot you were a D-list celebrity until you
this D-list celebrity.
I didn't know you were until you brought it back up that you wore something not even similar. Just something very tasteless. So you want to show us again that you have no style. Because even on fucking Love and Hip Hop, bitch, you had no style. Thank you for reminding me.
I didn't really watch her Love and Hip Hop season. I just remember her booty just looking so weird.
Well, thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Ooh, all right, let's move on.
So Biden has done another fucking thing.
He's definitely not getting a second term.
Honestly, I don't even know he got a first term.
It's because people hated Trump so much.
Did we really hate Trump, or did we just hate the fact that he was openly racist?
I feel like we hated the fact that he was openly racist.
Because I don't feel like I hated him. I didn't really give a fuck enough. Because the thing is, I don't follow politics, nor do I follow religion. So I can't give a very knowledgeable account or opinion about any of those things that I don't nothing about. Like us with gossip, we do at least a bit of research. I've never done any research. I only see clips that are fabricated and or given to us what we need to see. But I don't trust the media as well. So it's the gas prices for me. It's the
you
war
lying
for me.
about the stimulus checks. It's the student loan getting canceled. It's the fact that you low key a sexual predator.
It's not even low key. It's a high key.
It's the fact that you kind of senile. It's the fact that you told me that if I don't vote for you, I'm not black. Bitch, who the fuck is you?
Joe Biden. That's who the fuck he is, bitch.
So, yeah.
We did it, Joe. Remember when you were so excited? We did, Joe.
I mean, I was happy Trump was out. That was it. I didn't care who it was. It was literally the lesser of two evils. And
bitch, gas is $4. This is evil.
$4, and it's just like, wow.
Bitch, at this point, I'm about to walk. Do you ever see that? You said
you ain't walking nowhere. We live in Houston.
I mean, you see these Crocs got enough miles on them.
Girl, you gonna look like them hoes on Westheimer and
bitch, we was talking about that yesterday. We said how niggas just walking down Westheimer like it's normal. Like, bitch, let's just go on a walk. Like, gas is too high for me right now.
It really is too high. I saw this tweet that like, is we fucking or not? Because gas too high. And I'm like, damn.
It is. So we're going to fuck. If you come, we're fucking. Just bring a condom though. Like,
please, or we'll have one.
We'll have one with us.
We'll have our own. So there was this cute little video of this little girl. She was always taking off her bonnet. Mm-hmm. So her mom showed her this. I think it was like a TV show of a little girl who
has a bonnet,
and how much she like loved her bonnet and how she keep it on. And she had a update, and the little girl slept with her bonnet throughout the whole night.
I love that.
And that was so cute. And honestly, I hate when I wake up with my bonnet on my head because I feel like, damn, bitch, why did you not stick with me?
Bitch,
you were supposed to stick beside me.
Running like it's a bitch from running from some dick. Like,
right.
Why are you running from my hair?
Why are you running from me?
Has no problem with it.
Girl. So I thought that video was so cute. And I guess that kind of gives us our topic of conversation is what is blackness?
Yeah, and like representation and all that good stuff.
And what does blackness mean to us?
Yeah.
So what does blackness mean to you, girl?
I think blackness means to me is like empowerment. It means strength. It means history. Mm-hmm. Like there's so much history in being black outside of slavery. We always say that. We said like slavery is not the start of being black.
Yeah.
It's just the history that they've given us.
That's where they like to start.
They love to start there. So it makes us feel already inadequate to them.
Because I remember growing up, all I really learned about is slavery and MLK.
Exactly.
We don't even learn about Martin Luther King or inventions that black people did.
We don't. That's why we have to have Black History Month of the shortest month of the year.
Yeah.
But even so, I feel like blackness is just like...
Should we have done this episode last month?
We should have. We probably should have did. But I mean, if inspiration strikes, we have to just take it when it takes.
That's true.
And I feel like the whole idea of being blackness is about being proud of everything that we have established here, even if you are African and or African American,
or being black in other countries.
I was going to say, yeah. Like there's Afro Latinas. There are
black people in Asia.
There's literally black people everywhere, and I feel like the idea of being proud of just the skin color and how much we intimidate.
There black people in Alaska?
Bitch, I'm pretty sure black people. We do not. We are very resilient.
It's cold.
We're resilient. There. We are everywhere, bitch. Okay. You gonna see a black motherfucker?
You gonna see a nigga in Alaska?
What's up? Yes, ma'am. So what's blackness to you?
Oh, blackness to me. Blackness to me is, I feel like, what is being black is just, is being resilient. Because I feel like every time we face adversity,
facts, no
matter what it is, going to school, walking down the street, going to the store, you like
you have to live with being black.
Like I have to wake up. I'm constantly reminded every day that I am black.
Mm-hmm.
So being black in America is just being resilient to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. So when is the first time that you realized, not saying that you knew that you were black, but that you knew that you were different than everyone else?
The first time I realized, like, damn, I'm a nigga, was in middle school. I went to a private middle school for about 2 years. And I was the only black person in my grade. There was another black girl that was maybe like in 6th grade, but in my whole 8th, 7th grade, I was the only black person. And I was made fun of for being black. They used to yell fried chicken at me. They used to yell Popeyes at me. They used to...
Was Popeyes even around?
Why did you start laughing?
Hey, Popeyes is Popeyes, baby. So
they used to make all these subtle...
I remember we had one episode, you were like, they're like, watermelon. Watermelon.
They used to yell watermelon at me, like all these random like racist stuff. And I remember writing it in my journal in school. And my English teacher came up to me and she was like, why didn't you tell me all this was happening? And I was like, bitch, you white. Like,
I don't feel like white people will realize how white they are until a black person reminds them that they're fucking white. But we're always reminded that we're black.
So it was just a lot of just racial comments made to me all the time, every day. And I'm just like, I didn't even, and prior to that, I went to a ghetto ass middle school. I went to, if y'all know about D middle school, you already know that shit was just ghetto as fuck. So that was why I was moved to a private school. My mom's like, girl, you acting up a little bit. So it was out of that, go back to Africa. So I went to that school and that was like, damn, like I went to a school with mostly Black and Mexican people. So I didn't realize I was different. I didn't realize there was like racism really until I went to a private middle school and they used to make fun of my hair even. Like anything that was different. Yeah. You know, I had a teacher that would try to relate to me by telling me like some hip hop songs and shit. Like, bitch, don't
you hate those people that's like, I'm not racist. My best friend's Black.
Yeah, like she was trying to teach me math through hip hop songs. And I'm just like, bitch, like you don't got to do all that. You can teach me math the way you teach everyone math. Yeah. You know, so that was when I realized like, okay, maybe I am a little different. Like I am Black. Wow. It's not normal, you know?
I think for me, my experience of realizing how pivotal my Blackness was when I don't know if it was either grade school or middle school, but I was getting picked on by another minority and it was Hispanic. Like he would always call
Hispanic people forget that they're minorities too. Exactly. Sometimes they have their own internalized racism.
But the thing, he was more of a fair.
He was a white Hispanic.
Yeah, he was more fair complexion. He had blue eyes as well. So he was more white passing. Yeah. And he would say things like, you're a nigger. And like to me, I'm just like, excuse me? Like, because I mean, I've been around so many other people that never like addressed the fact that I was darker than them or like my hair was different. Like, I mean, I realized when I woke up, of course I knew I was fucking Black. Yeah. But being picked on for what you look like.
Because we know we're Black, but we don't feel it.
We don't feel it because it's like, what the fuck can I do about it? Right. What can I do? Like, I'm not bleaching my skin.
I'm in middle school.
I think I feel like I was younger than that.
Oh, you were in elementary school?
I want to say I was in elementary school because I feel like I don't know what the divide is, and I don't want people to get out of making someone feel less than because they don't look like them. But I feel like that also goes back to an insecurity that someone has at home. Like you probably don't feel seen at home. So you want to go somewhere.
Or their parents are just racist.
Or they might be racist. But I'm just saying, I feel like people that go out of their way to make other people feel bad about themselves is just like, it's a horrible thing because we're trying to figure this shit out. Like we're trying to figure out our identity in spaces that we're not even like really belonging in. And I just feel like it's horrible, even with like, I feel like grade school, middle school, even high school, when you're not in a state and or around people that look like you or remind you of a culture and you're constantly reminded that you're different, it's not a good feeling.
It isn't.
And so you're trying to figure out your identity while being Black is the hardest part.
While growing up, while going through puberty, while going through everything else teenagers go through.
But you have to remind yourself that you are fucking Black. Yeah. So we can definitely, let's get into what it's like being Black in certain spaces. Like, what is that like?
So I went to a predominantly Black, it wasn't even a predominantly Black college, but I feel like I just hung out with the niggas. So I didn't really feel like it was weird. But it wasn't until I started working at a country bar. Yeah. That I had to figure out how to navigate myself in this space as the only Black person working here. And not only, I was in Beaumont, motherfucking Texas. Mm-hmm. So I'm in a racist ass city. Yeah. And I work at a country bar. And I'm Black as fuck. Yeah. So I had to, I didn't say like whitewash myself, but this is the way I talked, the way I acted, the way I said certain things, the way I thought. My thought process was always offending to them. Like this one time, this guy was talking about serving the country. And I was like, I'll serve crack before I serve this country. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why does it look like me as a Black person serving this country? And he was so offended, he told my manager. And my manager was like, you told someone you wouldn't serve this country? I said, yeah. Like, what's wrong with that?
I'm going to say religion, politics, they don't.
It offends
they said stop talking. They don't talk. They said that those are the things you're not supposed to talk about at the bar.
Well, between customers, yeah, because it turns into, but Nick, you asking me. So right. I told you I would serve crack before I serve this country. You know, but
I wouldn't have said that, but I feel you. I feel you.
So that offended him so much. He's like, that is so un-American. I want white people to understand it is so easy to love a country that's always loved you. Mm. So because this country has never loved me.
Like that one song, I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. We weren't. We were fucking
not free. So, I had to learn how to tone it down a little bit. Yeah. You know, to them, I was too Black. you know, I was too ghetto. I spoke my mind too much. I was too aggressive to them. And it was just like, I'm just being me, you know, and I have to learn how to code switch. And when I come to work, I'm like, well, Sammy, you can't be your black ass self. You know, at this white spot that you work at and you make a lot of money, you have to learn how to navigate these white people in a certain way to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate that I have to be uncomfortable to make your white ass feel uncomfortable, to make your white ass feel comfortable.
And that's a statement that literally is a thread for life. And I think it's different for me because me being black in spaces, I've always realized how black I was in certain spaces. But a lot of people that I were around were, not so much not accepting, but it's just like, I know how to be able to move and shake in certain situations because I'm from a white state.
Yeah.
So I know the
that's the difference. I came from a black middle school, a black, you know.
I've always been around predominantly white people. So I've always had this chip on my shoulder of the idea of having the weight on the shoulder of I have to carry the black race on my fucking shoulders because if I don't, all black people act like this. They don't know how to act.
That's true. So you are a representation of every black person to them.
No matter how new, different, or how long people have known you, you are going to be that one representation of a black person, no matter what age or range or where you're at in life.
I can only imagine how heavy that is.
And it's disgusting. It was extremely disgusting because it made, like I said, when we're talking about identity and trying to find my space, like we were saying, I felt way too black for the white people and I felt way too white for the black people because I felt like, because I knew how to act, I knew how to talk, I knew how to be certain, be how I was and be okay with it. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no perfect world where someone can love pop music and rap music in the same fucking vicinity. Yeah. People hate that. They hate that you're not extremely on one culture when it comes to like makes people choosing a side. When you're a black person in a white state, you are either the black white girl, the Oreo, you're either the Oreo or you are the rebellion that's going to make it out of your fucking state because you know you have no business fucking being there. Yeah. And that's where I was at. And that's why when a lot of people that think that they knew me when I was in Iowa don't really fucking know me because I couldn't be authentically who I wanted to be because I had to be black in those spaces for everyone in the comfortability of, like you said, what everyone felt was comfortable for being that black.
Right. So let's talk about how like black people, when we see each other, we tend to gravitate to each other. I remember when I first met Ami, we were working at Bar Louie.
White as hell.
White as hell. We were in Katy, y'all.
Bitch, Cinco Ranch.
Cinco Ranch, but damn near right. And I was, at the time, I wasn't the only black person working there. I think there was two of us, but I was the only black bartender at the time. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden they started hiring a whole bunch of niggas. Yeah. But I saw Ami and I was like, oh my God, she's black. And she had like, you think you had a natural hairstyle.
Yeah, I did. I had natural hair. I
was like, I'm in love. Like usually I'm so standoffish with people and not like, you know, whatever. But I was so happy to have another black girl and another like authentically black girl who was just her black ass self.
Exactly, I was. And I feel like that's what it was. I loved that. Once I moved, that's another thing I didn't even mention. When I moved to Houston, I became more authentically black because I felt like because I was in a white state, like being too black was a problem and I would never find the right friends, the right partner, the right nothing. So I've always like, was never like who I needed to be.
Yeah.
So like when me and Sammy did meet in our workspace, it was a breath of fresh air because we got to be niggas together. Like, and we used to do it so funny. Like we would do that shit. Like we would do it so great. So when we were working with someone that wasn't black with us, like we knew how to work with them. Right. When we was together, it was like, bitch, let's run this shit up. Like,
we ran, especially on Tuesdays, bitch. We ran that shit.
And it came to a fucking closing curtain when I was too black for them. Yeah. Because I was seen as insubordinate. I was seen as a rebel. Yeah. I was seen as too black, but it came off as not being a team player. But we all knew what the real tea was.
It's because we were black.
It's like, I love as black people, we do like to gravitate what makes familiar and what makes us feel comfortable. Yeah. And I love that.
And you made me feel comfortable.
And I feel like I love that for black people. I love that we gravitate to comfort while everybody else wants to be like better than or like the Joneses. Because we could have easily not liked each other and like, you know, but no, we were like,
I could have easily been like, oh, the black girl.
Yeah,
exactly. Try to put you down because another black girl.
You're like, I've been here longer. Like, she doesn't look like, you know, I just feel like, and then we were like, we're African, we're this, we're that. We're just like, it just vibed. And I love that for us and I love that for you. And I love you so fucking much.
I love you too. Aww. So let's talk about code switching.
Code switching.
Because, every Black person know we got to do this, especially
Facts.
when we go to work. We don't work in corporate, but we also, when we go to white spaces, I do talk a certain way.
Yeah.
There's a way I talk to my friends, and there's a way I talk, even the way I work now, it's a predominantly white spot. So I talk a certain way to make these white people feel comfortable. So pretty much everyone has a code switch, but what exactly is code switching?
So when I looked it up, code switching means that the process of shifting from one logistic code to another, depending on the social context or the conversational setting. And I feel like that's absolutely true. Mm-hmm. Granted, I already talk like a very educated Black woman, but I feel like when I am around niggas, I let my guard down a little bit, and I don't use a lot of big words. I'm not trying, because I never want to make anybody feel like I'm trying to assert my education.
So what you trying to say? You can't use big words around niggas?
No, I'm not saying you can't use big words around niggas, but I don't want to make me feel like I'm bigger than certain. Like, there are some Black people that you can use big words and they'll understand your verbiage. But when you're saying, when you just start dropping big words around people, it's like you're trying to prove that you're like an educated Black person.
Yeah.
And nothing niggas hate more is an educated Black person when they're not there. No, let's be real. If you're not an educated Black person, you feel insulted.
Yeah.
You're like, bitch, I don't know that word.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. So you have to code switch for people that are like that. But I feel like when I'm around people that can understand what I'm saying when they're Black, and I can say certain big words like, anomaly, and not feel like they're like, what does that mean? And I have to explain it to them. I'm like, I love that. But white people, when I'm on the phone with you, you're going to think I'm probably white, because I'm like, hello, my name is Ami. How can I help you today?
Right.
It's like, you would never fucking know. And if a name like Ami, you would think I'm white.
Yeah.
Because Ami, Amy, you won't fucking know when it comes to, because when I would on job applications, I always put Ami. I don't put Aminata because yikes. Not me put my whole name. But because I feel like most times, they said, you can either get a job or not get a job because of your fucking name.
Oh, it's a proven fact that they statistically hire people. They will not hire people with more Black sounding names.
Exactly.
It's a fact.
So it's like code switching is a
part of life.
It's the devil's burden though too, because I feel like I want people to want to be able to do whatever they want to and be their free selves, but it's not the reality. That's not the reality we live in. You can't be yourself 100% of the fucking time. You have to know how to be in certain spaces with other people. So even though it sounds fake, you have to be a fucking chameleon. You have to know your environment.
You do. And I don't think code switching is just a Black thing. I think there's also code switching as being a professional. Mm-hmm. When you are around your friends, you act a certain way. When you at work, you act a certain way. Facts. When you're at, just certain environments, you have to act accordingly. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you learn how to navigate, because you can't be, let's be honest, you can't be a nigga everywhere.
You can't be a nigga everywhere.
You really can't be a nigga everywhere. Like, imagine if Jay-Z was Jay-Z all the damn time, but when he comes to his business meeting, he's still acting like, when he goes to his business meeting, he's acting like a professional Black man.
Decorum and everything, yes.
And it's okay. It doesn't make you any less Black. It means you are smart enough to know when you are in these spaces, you're going to act accordingly, so you can get them niggas in them spaces with you.
Facts.
Okay.
So why do you feel like it's important to know how to code switch?
I like I said, it's important to know how to code switch so you can get into those spaces.
Facts.
And then when you get into those spaces, you can bring other niggas with you.
But you texted me this earlier. Do you feel like when people are in those spaces, do they put everyone on, or they try to gatekeep the fact that they're the only nigga in that space?
Both. I feel like the older generation have this idea that they need to be the only Black person in those spaces.
The crab in the barrel type shit.
Especially in corporate America, Black people who are older tend to look down on other Black people who try to get the spaces. They try to gatekeep it and be like, oh, I'm the only Black person. I work this hard. And I feel like our generation of Black people, we're not doing that.
We're not.
We want to bring everyone on us on the team, because we understand the importance of having other people who look like us in those positions.
Representation matters.
Representation matters so much. Like, I was watching this, following this girl on TikTok, and she is a Black woman in tech. Mm-hmm. So she is very open on how much she makes. So other Black women know they can get paid this much. Mm-hmm. When we are quiet about how much we make, in the positions that we're in, we do not allow other people who look like us to have those opportunities. Mm-hmm. And how it's so important for other people to look like us to have those opportunities, because we don't, the dollar stays in the Black community for 3 seconds?
Hours.
If that. While the Jewish community, the white community are able to hold a dollar while we can't. We make the least while spending the most. So it is very important.
Spending the most.
And still making the least. So it is very important to have our sisters and our brothers in those positions with us so we can build financial freedom and wealth. We don't have that as Black people.
We don't.
So yeah, stop gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Stop. We don't not all skin folk, kinfolk, but please, I want that idea to be annihilated.
I do, because I feel like no one ever looks at a white person like, oh, that's my enemy.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we look at people that look like us and we're like, they're in the same position as us, or they're trying to get the same thing as us.
They might be our enemy.
They might be our enemy. And I feel like we gotta stop looking like that, because I feel like at the end of the day, we have to be love and light and just spread it, like, and be there.
Do you think you code switch effectively?
I absolutely feel like I code switch immensely well.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I feel like I probably don't do it because I lost my job at fucking Bar Louie because I didn't do it well. I thought I was doing well enough, but I think I probably do have some room to grow, but I still feel like I want to keep a little bit of oomph in it. Like, I feel like if I can't be in a space where I can be me freely, I can't do it effectively because I don't, and I've realized this, and it's not, maybe that's why I want to make more spaces of jobs for people that look like me. Yeah. Because I don't like working for someone that doesn't look like me and feeling I can't be myself. Yeah. And that's why, even though we said Black owned is kind of hard, but it's like, it's rewarding to know you can be your fucking self.
100% yourself.
I'm gonna say you can wear your hair like this. Yeah. You ain't gotta go on. When I went to my interview for where I'm working at now, I wore a Black style and I was okay with getting hired.
Not us low-key having the same style right now though.
We did.
It was an accident.
It was an accident. We did not talk for like 2 days. And next thing you know, I FaceTime Sammy. I'm like, bitch, we got the same hairstyle.
Right.
I was like, if you let me just say so.
No, that's 100% true because I wore my hair a certain way when I first got the job I'm at now. Yeah. And
you said that.
And I was like, well, now I can wear my Black ass hairstyles now because now I'm in the door. So yeah, we have to look a certain part when we're trying to get certain jobs. For some reason, our natural hairstyles, the way our hair grows out of our hair our head is not appropriate. For some reason. But a white bitch can work with a messy ass bun and it's appropriate. Hello. But my natural curly hair is not good enough. But anyways, the point is, I feel like I code switch effectively. And I feel like at my job now, I am myself, but I do tone it down. Yeah. I have to. My other job, no, I'm not Black ass self.
I'm gonna say, I think I need to find the balance of what it's like to tone down because I feel like I don't even.
But you don't have to tone it down where you are now.
I know, but I'm saying like when we're saying doing it effectively, I don't want to tone myself down because I feel like that's diluting everything that I've already worked towards because I've already was so watered down when I was in Iowa. Right. So like now I'm like, can I fucking be Black as hell in Texas? Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Okay. So yesterday when we were out, me and Sammy saw a woman that was being extremely, let's just call it what it was. It was fucking ghetto.
Ratchet, loud.
She was doing the absolute fucking most. Mm-hmm. And we were just sitting there minding our own fucking business, but we felt like we were so fucking above her. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, why as Black people do we always feel like when we are in certain spaces, not even spaces, like when we're just outside, that we're gonna be on our best behavior because all the time. Because white people, there's a whole fucking phrase for them, white boy wasted. Mm-hmm. Like they get a badge of honor for being fucked up and being crazy. Belligerent and crazy. But us, we're like, bitch, you drunk, calm down. Like, bitch, like, and I was looking at Sammy, I'm like, we're talking about her, but I'm like, have we never been in space and we actually just like her because we felt more comfortable? And we're like, we got more context and realized why she was acting like she was because she actually worked there. Yeah. So we're like, yeah, she acting like this because, you know, she feel comfortable. She can be herself. Yeah. But we're still looking at her like, bitch, what are you doing? Yeah,
first we judged her and then we realized that, okay, we're judging her, but we do the exact same thing
at other places. And we might be looking at us like, bitch, y'all bitches are drunk. Ratchet. Y'all bitches are ghetto. Yeah. And I don't even associate myself with ghetto because I know I'm not. Mm-hmm. But maybe she was like really feeling free that one moment. And I feel like.
And it was her birthday.
It was her birthday, but we don't know why she was there when she was there at her birthday. But you know, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times Black people, when we are in certain spaces, we feel like we have to be in our best behavior. And when we see someone acting out, we kind of almost feel embarrassed.
Yeah, we do.
Almost. We do feel embarrassed.
Because we were embarrassed. We were like, we look like you. What? Why are you acting like that? This?
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know a lot of white people, but I feel like, when they go out and other white people are acting crazy,
they don't care.
They don't feel like they are getting judged for it.
They don't.
So they don't feel the same embarrassment, the same like, oh, she gotta calm down.
We have that complex of feeling like we are the representation of every all black person.
Yeah.
And even though we're not acting like her, we're sitting right next to her. Yeah. And we're like,
damn, she's making us look bad. But she's not.
She's not because she don't even know us.
Exactly. We have to get out of that slave mentality.
We do.
It is a slave mentality that we feel like.
But slavery was not that long ago, so can we just recognize that we can't get out of that mentality until we realize that we are actually all not the same people, but we're all together. It's unity.
We are. But I want to break those shackles of feeling a certain type of way when I see Black people acting up because that's them. Them acting up has nothing to do with me. And when I go out and I shake my ass on someone's speakers, because I was at a whole girl's birthday and I stood on someone's speaker, started shaking my ass. That's not a representation of other Black people there. That's me doing that shit. Because I was drunk and I want to shake my ass on some speakers. Yeah. And I guess if that was ratchet or ghetto, I mean, it is what it is. It's me.
Facts. But I'm gonna say, just like that might have been her. We don't know that, but we were just quick to judge. We were very much like, ew, like, why is she acting like this? Yeah. Can she move? Like, can she go home? We literally kept saying that. Yeah. Not realizing that we might be that person at other spots.
So niggas, let's stop that mentality of when we see Black people in public and acting a certain way, we feel embarrassed, ashamed, and want to make them feel a type of way for acting the way they act. You are not a representation of other Black people. Hello. You are yourself. Hello. So we need to get, and it's just like but it's not even just us. It's just the way we're programmed. Yeah. You know? So,
we're programmed to have the weight on our fucking shoulders. Even as fucking kids. Shit. Yeah. So, what are some things that can get our Black card revoked?
Y'all already know what I'm about to say. If you can't play spades, your Black card.
Can you play spades?
I can play spades.
I can play spades.
I learned how to play spades in college. My cousin taught me.
I'm gonna say my ex-boyfriend, I know to play spades, and I said, baby. I said, do you renege?
Yes.
He said, renege.
We can play spades.
I said, But you know what's crazy? My boyfriend that I was with for like X amount of years, he taught me how to play spades because I didn't know how to play spades. Mm-hmm. So he was like, now that you know, like, just know, know. And I said, okay,
but my excuse is I grew up African, so...
I'm African and I was in a white space. So mine was even worse than yours. So
I grew up around niggas at least.
Okay, so another thing that will get you your Black card revoked.
Not a producer trying to play spades right now. We're in the middle of a show.
I'm gonna say you don't have to wait. I'm gonna say another thing that can get your Black card revoked is not knowing Black classics. And that's like not knowing Friday, not knowing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, not knowing Michael Jackson or Prince, like not knowing any of those things or enjoying them. Right. If you know them and don't enjoy them,
you gotta watch some hood classics.
And you have to enjoy them. You can't just watch them.
I remember one time when I was living with my parents, I got my grandma watching all the hood classics, and she loved it. My African ass grandma, who didn't come here till she was like 80 years old, was watching a hood. We watched Belly. We watched Friday. We watched Friday After Next. We watched all the hood classics together, and she enjoed that shit.
I was gonna say I was in my freshman year of college, and I've never seen Juice or New Black City.
We watched Juice too.
I've never seen any of those. So I was telling my Black friends, you know, they had Black Student Union. Yeah. Because I was on a PWI my freshman year. And I told them I didn't watch that shit. And they were looking at me like, bitch, what? So one of the girls, she invited me over in confidence and she was like, hey, let's watch this shit. And I was like, I love that instead of her belittling me and making me feel small about not knowing that, she put me on. And I'm like, bro, my nigga, I'm a new city ass bitch. Okay. Period. Like, what's up? Period. So, Black classics, I love it for us.
Another thing is, I'm sorry, y'all, if you don't know how to twerk, if you don't have rhythm, if you can't 1-2 step, bitch, if you can't cha-cha slide,
that's
if you can't electric slide,
because I think you can't bunny hop. I feel like it's not fair because some people by their environment, they don't know that they're doing it wrong.
This YouTube.
Bitch, YouTube you ain't physically there. Like, I ain't learned how to shake my ass until I was probably 21. and that's crazy because my friend used to always tell me, all that ass, you don't know how to shake it. Yeah. All the time she said to me, I'm like, bitch.
I feel like niggas, we just born with rhythm. Like, how you not know how to fucking 1-2 step at least?
My mom is African. What rhythm is she giving other than the...
That's where the rhythm started, bitch.
No, baby, she not...
The rhythm started from the motherland.
Michael Jackson and fucking Tupac. Where do you find rhythm in between those two? There's no space for that.
Your mom got that in her blood. If you African, you got rhythm.
Okay, watch my mama dance to this day. And that bitch is 48. She ain't got no fucking rhythm. So watch. Next time you see her, I want you to have that same fucking energy. Another thing, get your Black card revoked. It's not knowing to braid hair. Do you know how many times I've been shunned? I have looked at by the African community. I've been looked at by the Black community. Like, you don't know how to braid your own hair? Bitch, I don't want to learn how to braid my own fucking hair. That's why I pay you.
I can braid my own hair. I can do my own hair.
I can do a nice little twist. And in my braids, they're going to be real ghetto. But guess what? They're going to be under there looking like fucking Meek Mill. Yeah. And like, I can do braids that I do look like I braided my hair and I took a comb and just... Bitch. And I don't like that for me.
You ain't got no grip?
Bitch, at this point, that's why I pay someone to do that. I have no fucking intention.
I'm not gonna lie. I suck at braiding hair when I got my nails on, but when I got my naturals on like I do now, bitch, I'm gonna grip your shit. You know? Another thing that could get your black card revoked is not owning a bonnet and a do-rag. If you as a black ass person don't own a do-rag or a bonnet, I'm sorry, bitch. What the fuck is you doing?
Yeah.
You don't care about your hair at all? You don't want them waves on swim?
That's facts.
Come on now.
Bonnets are definitely important. I love that.
Do-rags are definitely important. Nothing's funny to me with a nigga in a do-rag. That just turns me on. When I see a nigga in a do-rag, I'm just like, oh, yes, baby.
I cannot relate. I
love that
okay.
shit.
I mean, I just love the blackness, so it doesn't really matter to me. That's the only thing I had for it. So the next thing we had was like not putting black people in a box.
After saying all that shit that gets your black cover vote, we're talking about how we can't put black people in boxes.
That's a fact though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you have to round it up and just say like you can't put
us in boxes.
Yeah.
We can't define what blackness is because blackness is whatever you are.
Yeah.
I know growing up, I've always been an anime fan and I was kind of not really made fun of, but I was told I wasn't black because of how much I love anime.
Yeah.
So all those things I was told that didn't make me black because I enjoy these things. I feel like it does make me black.
Yeah.
I'm a black girl who likes anime.
Yeah.
I'm a black girl who likes shaking her ass. I'm a black girl who likes reading books. All these things does not make me not black because I'm multidimensional.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, you a black girl who likes pop hits. I don't really relate to that. But they'll make you any less black because you like Lady Gaga or some pop shit. You know?
I'm gonna say I'm a black person that likes Harry Potter. That's what I'm saying.
You're a black person that likes Harry Potter. Yeah.
I feel like we need to give us the same space that we do for white people. Because I feel like sometimes with white people, they get like one lane, like, oh, they're gothic.
Yeah.
So they only like that shit. But I feel like because we're human. We can like so many different things.
We are multidimensional.
I can literally love The Bachelor and love hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem with liking all those things? And I feel like because we have this unknown weight on our shoulder of like being a representation, like we said earlier, of everything that encompasses a black unity or black life, or you feel like you have to be the blackest black. Yeah. And I'm like, if I don't fucking like love and hip hop, that's okay.
Right.
If I decide to choose to like watching Love is Blind over watching something else, there's nothing wrong with that, because it's like people are allowed the space to be free of enjoying things.
And that doesn't make you any less black, because you know what makes me black? The fact that my skin is black.
Hello.
Okay? So when I go into spaces, I am a nigga.
Yeah.
They don't see that I'm a nigga who likes to watch Naruto. Yeah. They see a nigga.
They see a nigga regardless.
Regardless.
So I feel like your experiences and the things that you enjoy have nothing to do with who you are as a person.
Yeah.
So do you want to get into questions now?
Yeah, we're getting some questions.
Okay. Anything about yourself that you feel like it should be more black?
No, absolutely not. I'm black as fuck.
Yeah.
There's nothing about me that makes me feel like I am not black enough. When I go around niggas, I feel comfortable. I do. I don't feel like I am not adequate. I feel like I belong.
Yeah.
So no,
I love that. Yeah, I feel the same way. There's nothing that I'm like, I love the blackness that I walked into, because before I was so ashamed of me being proper, of me being this. But I'm like, now I'm just like, no, like, I really am that bitch.
And what even like, makes me feel, all my friends are black.
Yeah.
The fact that I am able to be friends with all these different kinds of black people just, what's that word? Reassures that I am my black ass self.
Yeah.
And I can relate to other black women or people, period.
Yeah.
My question to you is, when was the first time a black person made you feel like you were not black enough?
I think when I was in Iowa, the people that were like really black, because I feel like they thought they were super black because all their friends were black. That was the first time that it made me feel like I wasn't black enough. And it wasn't because I wasn't black enough. It was because I wasn't black enough to them. And I had to realize that it's like, just because someone doesn't see you as black does not take away any way from your actual blackness. Okay. So that's how I feel about that.
I guess the first time I felt like I wasn't black enough was when I was at church, actually. I went to this African church, and the people there just made me feel like I was white because of, I guess, the way I dressed. My parents wasn't very strict on how I dressed. Yeah. I used to come to church with them super short skirts, tank tops. I didn't dress like...
I wouldn't come to church like that, baby.
Well, one thing about my daddy is he let me dress how the fuck I wanted to dress.
I love that for him.
And because I used to come to church, and they allowed me to come to church with these short skirts and this tank tops and crop tops, to them that was white. Yeah. That's how white girls dress. Yeah. And then they had to sit down with my parents and said, why are you letting her dress like that? I'm just like, I didn't know it was a problem. Like, this is how I was raised to dress.
Yeah.
But something about my daddy, I think it's kind of weird. He liked when we showed our skin. I don't know if that's kind of weird.
We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. So my next question is, what is your favorite thing about being Black?
My favorite thing about being Black is I can be a new bitch every day of the week.
Hello, because of changing your fucking hair, bitch.
My switch up game is on point. I can have weave, braids, locks, my natural hair, whatever the fuck I want to be. If you ain't got to cheat on me, bitch. Who bitch you? What do you want me to be this week? I'm gonna be the bitch you want me to be. So that's my favorite thing about being Black is I can.
I switch my hair.
I switch my hair back and forth. I switch my hair back and forth. So that's my favorite thing. I love how multidimensional I can be.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love being Black because it's like you can hate us, but you still want to be us.
So bad.
That's what I love.
You
about
want
being
our
Black.
lips, you want our ass, you want our titties, you want our hair.
You want to emulate everything that's Black without being Black. And guess what? You can never you can literally imitate, but you can never replicate.
Period. My last question to you is: has a white person ever told you that you weren't Black enough?
No. I've never experienced someone having the audacity, no one having the caucasity to tell me that I wasn't Black enough. Because baby, like I just said earlier, you want to be me more than I can't even say I want to be me. So I want to be me very much, but you want to meet me where I'm at, and I'm sorry, baby, I can't give you the energy that you want. So no one's ever told me that.
I've had a white person tell me that I wasn't Black enough. I slapped the fuck out of her. I did. I slapped her. I have to, bitch. What the fuck you think you is?
I never put my hands on a white woman.
Well, bitch, you know I don't have problem putting my hands and feet on people. So yeah, I had to, bitch. What?
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, I ain't sorry. She's sorry.
But no, thank you guys. Thank you so much for following us on this journey and her violence. Thank you for following us, because this is not the first time she expressed violence in this video. So thank you for following us on this journey of our Blackness and what it is like to get your Black card revoked, what it is to be standing in your Blackness and understanding how proud it is to carry just the burden and the glory of having
That's true. We have
a burden and glory of having these beautiful things bestowed on us. And while you're at it, please follow us on all social media platforms at The Real Sip and Spill, except Twitter, which is
Sip and Spill 1.
And while you're at it, leave us a 5-star rating,
because we're some 5-star bitches. Ow.